Hi everyone. So in the previous class we had just learned about the South America, and in this chapter, which is chapter 8, we are going to learn a case study like the lumberjacks of Canada and the life in the Amazon basin. So let's start. So in the earlier chapter we studied about the geographical feature of the continent of North America and South America. In this chapter we will look at two case studies that illustrate how the geography of these continents affect the life of people living there. Means we are going to learn how these things or the geography of that continent affect the living. The first case study look at the work of the lumberjacks of Canada. The next is the study of life in the Amazon basin. Means we are going to learn two case studies. The first one will be the lumberjacks of Canada and the second one will be the life in the Amazon basin. So as we can see, the lumberjacks of Canada, lumbering means what? Lumbering is the cutting down of trees and their transport to the market. Means we just cut down the trees from the forest and then transport it to the market. The whole processing is called lumbering. Lumbering is an important economic activity in Tiaga, the belt of coniferous trees that stretch across the northern part of Canada, North America. Means it is the belt of coniferous tree which stretches from Canada to North America. The cool and short summer of Tiaga are not suitable for agriculture. Therefore, in this sparse populated region, the people depend on lumbering and trapping for economic sustenance. Means there is a very short period of summer in the place which is known as Tiaga, so that's why it is not suitable for agriculture purposes. That's why the people who located there, the people who live there will almost depend on lumbering and trapping for economic sustenance. In the Canadian Tiaga, the coniferous tree grow in the pure stand. This means a single species of tree dominate a large area, thus making it easier to exploit them commercially. Means like in a Canadian Tiaga there is a coniferous tree in the pure stand, and this is means that there is a only single spice through which contain a large area, and that's why it can be sold very easily. Means if we will just send a small thing to the large area, like if we are going to just grow some crops, and if you will grow that crop in a very large area, then it will take what, it will be very beneficial for us for commercially. So it should be called as what, it should be called as cash crop. So, lumbering is carried out in two regions of Canada, the states of Quebec and Ontario in the east and British Columbia in the west. Okay, so these are the two regions, that is Quebec and Ontario in the east side and the British Columbia in the west side. Lumbering in Canada is done by highly skilled forest worker called lumberjacks. Means the worker who just cut down the trees and transport it to the market were called as lumberjacks, and the life of lumberjack is a hard one. Till recently, lumbering was carried out only in winter when the sap from the tree ceased to flow, the ground was covered in snow, the rivers froze. A camp was first set up within the forest. The buildings were built with logs. The lumberjacks arrived at the camp following onset of the winter. They returned in summer when the lumbering season was over. Means for the lumbering there should be a season over there, and the season is the period when there has been the ground is covered with the snow, the river will froze. Means mainly in the winter season the work for the lumbering will occur, and after just onset of winter, means when the winter will over, they all of them will return in summer to their home. Nowadays, lumbering is not limited to just the winter season, thus lumberjacks are employed all around the year. The camps have bigger and better now support settled communities of workers. Means nowadays lumbering is just not just limited to just the winter season. Lumberjacks are employed for all around there. Means we are just modernized and we have a lot of work to do. That's why nowadays lumbering is not limited. All the workers will get over a year works. After that, the communication system has improved and the lumberjacks do not feel as isolated and cut off from their families as they once used to. Means in the earlier days, all the lumberjacks who just went to the forest and tried to cut the tree, they almost feel isolated, that I am alone, I don't have my family. So nowadays, what we have, the mobile phones, we have the communication system very well. So through this communication system, they used to talk to their families and feel what? Feel very comfortable. Before starting work, the lumberjacks survey the area where felling will take place. The mature trees are identified, tracks and roads are accordingly made within the forest. Means before the start to work, the lumberjacks just survey the area and just identify that which tree they have to cut. If it is essential, then they will cut. If they will feel that this tree is not good, so they won't cut that tree. The actual process of felling the tree and transporting the timber requires great skill. The lumberjacks are classified into four groups depending on the nature of their work. Means the lumberjacks has been classified into four groups according to their works. Means there are four kinds of group and they are just divided according to this, because these works need a great skill. Without skill, no one can do lumbering. After that, we will just see the process. The process will be, the first process will be high riggers. High riggers have the very risky job of felling tree. After having secured themselves to a tree with a safety belt, they climb up the tree with a saw and axe. As they climb, they cut, they keep cutting the branches. Means high rigger were the people who just went on the tree and just climb, and thereafter they start to cut the branches, so it could be very easier for the tree to fell down. When they have nearly reached the top, they fell the narrow top of the tree. Then they attach a cable to the upper part of the tree and quickly climb down. The cable is then secured to the ground to control the direction in which the tree falls. The tree is cut at the base. They use modern equipments like power driver saw instead of axes. The cable is finally pulled to bring tree down safely. So the high rigger went off to the top of the tree and start cutting from there. First of all, they cut the top top part, and thereafter suddenly move to the lower part or the middle part. After cutting down the middle part, they they quickly come down, and thereafter they will cut the base by using what? Power driven saw. And thereafter they use cable to pull the tree, and thereafter give the direction to fell the tree accordingly. After that, we can see there is a sawyers or buckers. After the tree has been felled, the sawyer or buckers take over. The leftover branches are removed with power driven saw. The trunk is then bugged or cut into required length. The length of each piece meant for pulping is 1 to 2 meter. If it is sent to the sawmill, the wood is cut into 4-meter long pieces. Means the tree, when the tree will fell, the saw or the sawyer or the buckers take the part of the job, and thereafter they uh, just remove the branches which is left by the high riggers, and thereafter they cut into the 1 to 2 meter, or if the wood is very long, then they will cut into the 4-meter long pieces. Thereafter the skidders will take over the work, and after bucking, the skidders use tractor to pull the bundles of log along the skid tracks out of the forest. The logs are collected to the bank of a frozen river, a rail track or a road. This point is known as the loading point. Means skidder are the one who just take out the woods from the forest by using any tractor or any vehicles, and they just collect all the logs, means all the trunks and all the trees those have been cutted down. They will just collect everything near a river, a rail track or a road. They are after haulers or river drivers. When spring approaches the river thaw, the hauler or river driver pushes the bundle of legs into the river. Nowadays, logs are pushed into river by machines. Sometimes the bundle of logs get entangled and create a log jam. The haulers, who wear spiked boot and carry long pointed poles, blast the log with dynamites to free the log jam. They have to move quickly over the rolling logs as they could otherwise get killed. Huge mills are located further downstream. Each mills have a log pond where the logs are stored in water till they are needed. Means once we have just cut the tree, once the log has been cleared, thereafter what? We just bring it near to the river, and thereafter log drivers. There are log drivers who used to push the log into the water, so it may be stored in water, and thereafter we can use whenever we need. But sometimes what happened, we just used to push the logs, it will create a jam. Means if I'm just pushing one, two, two, three logs in accordingly, and thereafter what, it will create a log jam. So thereafter what, thereafter we will get nothing. So we have to put a dynamite over there, and those those haulers or river driver, they do what, they just put a dynamite to free the log jam. And once they put the dynamite and the log jam will be cleared, they store everything inside the water, and we can just take the logs whenever we need them. And we always use transportation by rail or road for the loggings. Okay, so today I'm going to end the class over here. After that we are going to learn other things also. Thank you.